Hey y'all, welcome to Life on Gulman Road. We are in the kitchen today and we are going to attempt to do sourdough cinnamon rolls. Now, I fed my sourdough starter on Thursday. I have gotten out a cup because I thought that's what the recipe called for. A cup of starter, and I'm letting that come up to room temperature. Well, that was probably a couple of hours ago. Ha! She has grown. Healthy Dorothy. So she has grown to about a cup and a quarter. Between a cup and a quarter and a cup and a half. So we might have to do a different recipe or another recipe. Now, in my last video, we talked about sourdoughs and the different kinds and if I was doing this right or if I was just messing up totally. I talked to my cousin yesterday and she said, no, you are doing this right. So, since I have extra out, I'm probably going to also attempt to do bread out of this. Now, the friend that I gave the starter to, she attempted to do bread on Thursday and it was a complete fail. It did not rise. It was a hard, crusty bread. And it didn't get done in the middle. So that's not what this bread is. So I don't know. So I'm going to try also to do some bread. But today we're going to do the cinnamon rolls. I'm going to let them, I'm probably going to let them, maybe I'm going to let them proof overnight. Then again, I may put them in the refrigerator and take them out in the morning when we go feed, which will be about 3:30. They can proof from 3:30 until time to go into the oven. That's probably what I'm going to do. So I will try to remember to take y'all along in the morning so you can see what it looks like. So today is Saturday for me. We've been busy. We have started weighing eggs, and I'll explain all of that. We have to our eggs have to be a certain weight before they can go to the hatchery and hatch out into baby chicks. So when we get a certain number, when we reach 500 eggs, we then can start weighing for hatching eggs. So we started weighing today. Success. We're making strides to have a great flock. So just pray everything goes along as planned. Now, side note, I did talk to my cousin yesterday. As I said, I'm doing everything right with the sourdough starter. She texted me today and her mother passed away this afternoon. So our thoughts, prayers, love goes all to her and her family. So if you are that praying person, please remember them in your prayers. The Queen of Comerville has left for her heavenly home, and we will see her again one day. But that it has been a busy day. We have done some running. We actually got some plant starts today from our local co-op. I'm excited about that. So, enough of my rambling. Let's get into some cinnamon rolls. In our bowl, I have my sifter with 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Now, it doesn't say sift it, but we are going to sift it. Now, when we have this sifted in our bowl, we have a stick of cold butter, and we are going to cut that up into our flour. Have a stick of butter, and we're going to cut this up into our flour. Now, we have got to work it into this flour until it's like pea-sized, but we still want to be able to see the butter. So that's why this is really cold. So what I'm going to do is start off by slicing it pretty thin, and then we will either get a fork or a pastry cutter and go ahead and finish it, working it into the flour. We have our butter cut up pretty thin. It's very, very thin. That way I can hopefully get it worked in. But we're just going to take our fork, or you can take a pastry cutter, and we're just going to get this butter. I like just scrape it along the sides through my fork tines and through the flour, and it'll kind of get you what you need, and then you can get it all mixed up. So I'm going to continue to do this until I get the consistency we need. We have our butter mixed in, and I know it's hard to see, but we have just little crumbles of butter. So, all right, got that done. Let me check my recipe. We're going to add a cup of milk. We're going to add a 1/3 cup of our starter. So I'm going to stir it around just a little bit. Okay. I'm going to do a 1/3 cup. All right, 1/3 cup of starter. Okay. And then we have a tablespoon plus a teaspoon of sugar. All right, we're going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. All right, 1/2 teaspoon. We're going to do a 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And we are going to do 3/4 teaspoon of salt. All right, and we are going to mix this. Starting to come together. Let me get in here with my hands and so we can get it worked around. All right. See if I can get all this off my fingers. All right. That's good. There's our ball. Let me wash my hands. All right, we are going to get this out and we're going to roll it so we can put in our filling. Got our dough rolled out. Now, I have to work on making it a square because I'm not good at that. So we're just going to go with it as is, but we're going to start our filling. But you can see flecks of butter still in this dough. So I'm hoping it turns out great. In this bowl, I have 4 tablespoons of melted butter, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and 3/4 cup of brown sugar. Now what I'm going to do is just mix this, and then we're going to put it on our dough. And I'm mixing it over the dough because, well, it's a small bowl and I'm making it go everywhere. So get this melted or mixed up real good. All right. Now we're going to take it. I don't know which way is the best way to take it. Let's just get some out here, and then we'll get it spread out. And it said to leave areas along the edge so it can seal up. So we will try to do what it says. All right. Let's just get in here and see if we can get it spread out. And it doesn't have to be, I mean, this is going to be rolled up, so, you know, I'm not looking for it to cover it totally. Like, had we put the butter and then sprinkled the brown sugar and cinnamon, I think that would have been better, but this is what the recipe said do. We're going to get it spread out in a minute. Okay. Pretty good, not perfect. And I think if I do this again, I will definitely sprinkle rather than mix it all together, because it just makes a gloopy mess. So I want to get it a little closer to the edge because I know that's going to be part of a cinnamon roll. All right, let's see if we can get this rolled up. Trying not to tear. It's a little sticky. Oh, I got a tear. All right, let's do this. Let's bring this up. Where I did not flour my paper, it stuck. So, tip, lightly flour your entire surface. It's going to be a pain, and it's going to want to tear. So let me get a bit scraper. All right, I floured my hands just a little bit. Let's see if we can get through this without making a total mess up. know dental floss would probably work better, but I don't want to run and get any. I'm going to cut this little end off here because it's just dough. So we're supposed to get 12, so I should be 2, 4, my math. So I want them pretty thick. I don't know if I want them that thick though. All right. I probably need a serrated knife. Tips, you know. Alright, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm close. Alright, let's find our pan. We're going to hope everything fits in here. Let me get my spray. And we're going to spray our, spray our pan. Okay. Moment of truth, right? Whoop. Well, they look like a cinnamon roll. Oh, that one's nice. So let's see what happens as we go around the pan, and then we can always bring them in if we need to make more room. All right. Somebody said to squish them a little bit, so we're going to mash them down a little bit. Gave them room to expand. But for a first try, that's pretty good. I'm proud. So what I'm going to do is cover this with some cling wrap and just stick this in the refrigerator. Then in the morning, when I get up at 3:30, I will take these out, probably put them in the oven with the light on and let them rise. And then we will bake in the morning and see how it goes. See you in the morning. Here they are at 8:47. I got these out at about, let's see, I got them out when I got up. So at around 3:40, these came out of the fridge and into my warm oven that I had left the light on all night. I also had some bread proofing in the oven, and it is right here. It has proofed beautifully. I'm going to be making some bread in just a little bit and put into pans to let it proof all day. Now, it does have some liquid down in here, but that's from the butter and the warm oven. So I'm okay with that. Of course, the color is from the cinnamon. So that's okay. But this is what they look like. We are preheating our oven to 375. And they're going to cook for about 35 to 40 minutes. And then we shall see. While our cinnamon rolls are baking, I have our glaze. This is 1 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, a tablespoon of melted butter, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and a 1.5 tablespoons of milk. So we've got a great thick consistency. We're going to put these on our cinnamon rolls when they come out of the oven. Here they are, hot out of the oven. They smell fabulous. They didn't rise as much as I wanted, but they did spread out, so they do look like cinnamon rolls. So we'll see. I'm going to do probably some eggs and bacon to go along with these. Get a little protein with all these carbs. We've got to put our icing on there. And then we're going to taste it. I hope they are as good as they taste. They are beautiful. Here's my plates. They look so good. Breakfast was great. I'm having to do this video on the run. We're on our way to church, but that is definitely a do again. Would you agree? Anyway, thanks for coming along with us and being a part of whatever we're doing. So until next time, we'll see you later.